Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we are playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. Once again, early access, yay! So, yeah, I'm against the Milk and Cookies boy himself, Indypride, and the consensus is this is a really hard matchup for Skaven. But I had an idea, and so I tried this. And, yeah, this is against Vampire Coast, obviously, because, I mean, come on. Like I'd be playing anyone else. But, yeah, so I've gone with a load of clan rats with shields, right? Just cheap crap to throw at the front line and bog things down. If they can get into melee, they're going to do alright against all the sort of chaff, rubbish units. But, of course, they're going to terrify away very quickly from any terrifying units. But I've got a load of Skaven slave slingers, so they can put some pressure on all the unarmoured stuff, which is, well, most of the units, honestly. Most of the units is unarmoured for the Vampire Coast, so they can get some damage in. Also, I have Skrulk. I mean, I've got to, right? This is a tough matchup. I need the Liber Bubonicus to kill things. And, you know, Rod of Corruption will help in the front line, and Stand Your Ground will hopefully help these guys from running away straight away, hopefully. And Rat Summons, and I think I have Withering as well. Yeah, in case there's, like, I don't know, a Necrofex that I need to kill with Clan Rats, you know, whatever. Or the, you know, Rotting Prometheans or something are good to kill too. Anyway, also I have Gutter Runners with Slingers, and I have Gutter Runners with Poison. These are supposed to be the Slingers. I clicked on the wrong unit. I kind of get these guys on autopilot, honestly. So, whoops. They meant to be the Slingers. I wanted to outrange things. Because that's the thing, you don't really have to kite much, because everything the Vampire Coast have is so slow. So, you're better off just having the range, because you can still just run back, turn around, and shoot them again. You don't really have to worry about it. But, no, instead I went with the really short-range guys that are going to be in range of guns, which is a shame. But I also have two Death Runners, oh yeah, so same guys on the other side. But yeah, I have two Death Runners. So the Death Runners are going to be great, because concealment bombs means they can get into melee without being spotted first, which means they're not going to take any missile fire, because they suck against missile fire, and there's a lot of missiles for the Vampire Coast, so I don't want that happening. But they will just melt anything heavily armoured really well. They'll be great support for any other unit, and especially Slingers, because Slingers, I mean, they do good damage, but they don't really have a lot of armour piercing. But, yeah, if stuff doesn't have a lot of armour anymore, because the Death Runners have sundered it, it could work out great. So that's the plan. Use these guys to, you know, sneak in and get some work done. Also, a load of my Slingers are also impossible to see as well, so that's nice too, so I'll miss out on a lot of the early damage. Also here, I have two Assassins. That's right, two of them. So basically, all the big scary monsters, I should have plenty of ways to nerf them. So they also have concealment bombs. Brilliant. Don't have to worry about getting shot. But also they're slippery to go even quicker. They're already quicker, you know, with 54 speed than anything the Vampire Coast have, so I may as well make them even quicker. So that's really nice. Also, Rival Hide Talisman, big AoE. It's a one-time thing, but it lasts for 30 seconds, minus 44 melee attack. That's really going to help, you know, from my front line getting punished, so that's great. I have two of them, because I have two Assassins. Also, two Skaven Brews, so they can massively boost their melee attack. They can go over 100 melee attack if you use it on themselves. And they only have 20 armor anyway, so lowering it by 30, who cares, right? Really, you're only lowering it by 20, but no armor isn't that much worse than 20 armor, frankly. So I might as well, right? I might as well. So, yeah, huge boost to their killing power. And they both have trophy heads. So any lords or heroes, of which, you know, are going to be the most threatening things in the Vampire Coast roster, yeah, just tank their stats completely. So, yeah, I have a huge amount of debuffs and a load of stopping power with the two Assassins. So, the plan is just to goon everything. You know, Liber Bubonicus and get the Assassins to finish it off. Or get the Assassins on top of it and finish it off with the Liber Bubonicus if it somehow manages to escape by, like, tar-pitting me or something. That's the plan. So, enough about that. Indypride has some Mournguls, anti-infantry, but not a lot of armor. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good Mournguls are going to be here, but of course they do cause terror, which is obviously huge, and they do have hunger, so as long as they're still in combat, they're going to get the health back. Also, plenty of tar pit, but he does have some depth guard as well. He's got a couple of units of depth guard that can compete with any Skaven infantry happily, so that's going to be tough. So more random fodder. He's also got some handguns as well, some polearms, some more Mournguls, gunnery mobs with handguns, more polearms. So big variety of sort of chaff and the odd very killy unit. So he has a Mourngal Haunter, so great anti-infantry, so great for hunting down heroes, but I've got a lot of debuffs. So hopefully I'll be able to sway that in my favour. Also, he has a fleet captain of vampires, so invocation to heck is obviously going to be a problem, and he has drowned dead. Oh yeah, so the vampire guys, they have drowned dead instead of raised dead. So it's always the deckhand, not standard zombies. But anyway, the rest of the lore is the same. Also, he has Aranessa's Assault Spite, which I think is just a terrible idea against Skaven, because you never really need that anti-large, but Indy hadn't really used her yet, and wanted a replay with her in it, and this seemed like an easy matchup, so he thought, yeah, screw it, I'll use her now. But she is absolutely awesome. Her attack animations are superb. That anti-large is incredible, huge amount of armor piercing, and really good combat stats. She's one of those, and an aura of anti-large, and she has like Hornswoggle, and she has that Spearfisher's Net, which is crazy. She's, think of her as a monster hunting duelist. I think that's the best way to describe her. Any, like, lord or character on a horse, she will kill in seconds. She is crazy good at murdering that kind of stuff. I had one game, which I think I'm going to cast, which I haven't yet, where she killed, like, I think it was an Archlector and 2 Warrior Priests. Just easily. Like, they just got deleted. It's crazy how good she is at that stuff. But against Skaven, there's just not enough anti-large that you really need to worry about. Any anti-large stuff that I might bring is just going to knock her over. But anyway, speeding things up. Finally. There's a lot to talk about. It's all new stuff, guys. It's all new stuff. And I'm trying to forge the new meta here. So, need to explain it. So here, Death Runners, they've got the concealment bombs, so they're going to charge in, get on top of pirate gunnery mobs. I'm just going to, whittle away at the flanks. You can see slingers have done a lot of damage to the deckhands mobs. My front line is mostly getting totally murdered. But here, Skroll's been caught out. Oh no, and he's been hornswoggled. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because that guy's been trophy-headed, and this guy's been trophy-headed. And once they run out, I'm going to use the... what's it called? The Rival Hide Talisman. So you can see here, Aranessa is being hunted down. That anti-large, not going to help against my little assassins. Skroll is getting pretty beaten up. His melee defense has been lowered to 18, which is not good. But, yeah, the Mongol Haunter only has 19 melee attack, so, he's not great. But he does have the anti... Oh, wait, nope. Hang on. Okay, so he has anti-large. He's anti-infantry, but I think he has anti-large because Aranessa is nearby. So I think, yeah, there we go. Now it's anti-infantry again. So, anyway. So I got my gutter runners coming in here with poison, so I'm poisoning him. I've got him surrounded. Oh my god, I just realized there was another character. That vampire of, lore of vampires. Yeah, he got deleted. The assassin killed him in seconds. I hit him with a lead bubonicus, and one of the assassins just finished him off. He lasted all of 3 seconds. It was insane how quickly he died. To the point where Indypride didn't even notice that he was dead. Yeah, and now the Mongol Haunter has been totally bullied. Just completely slaughtered. So Aranessa had to retreat, but I summoned some Plague Monks with that anti-infantry. They're actually going to do pretty well against her. And now more Clan Rats to help, outnumber his chaff with mine. The rest of the battlefield, I mean, yeah, my Death Runners are getting through all this nonsense. Over on this side, my Death Runners were fighting some Mournguls, dealt with them, and then doubled back to get on top of the Depth Guard. And a rear charge into the Depth Guard for the Death Runners. They only have 50 armor now, so my Clan Rats are getting some damage in. They are just getting slaughtered, frankly. The Depth Guard do not do well against Death Runners. Really good to know. Really good to know you can have an invisible unit that can compete with that elite infantry. So that is awesome. Unfortunately, Skroll can't get through this, mess. But here, I've used Slippery and Concealment Bomb so I can sneak up to Aranessa, and I'm so much quicker there. 67 against 44 speed. Yeah, there's no getting away. She can't escape this. And I think I used the Skaven Brew, 104 melee attack. Not bad. So Aranessa's in a lot of trouble. The other assassin is just trying to deal with the Mournguls at the moment, which isn't great for him, to be honest, but it's keeping him busy while the other one tries to hunt down Aranessa, who is actually going to come in. You see, he's debuffed. My assassin was probably worth waiting for Skaven Brew to run out before he did that, because even with the debuffs, sure, his melee defense is 8, but his melee attack is 104, so they're both going to be hitting each other every time, and he just has more health. So, yeah. So anyway, that's it. Well, everything's just dead. Aranessa shattered, because she's not undead, which is novel, to have a unit shattering in a, a vampire army. But yeah, that was a massacre. So yeah, Indy definitely brought a bit of a meme. I mean, Aranessa just not. She's not the meta pick against Skaven. But, like, all of the guys from the Everchosen, they were just saying this is a terrible matchup. Like, no one could work out how to really get Skaven to win this matchup. But I just think a ton of slingers and invisible units mean 134 kills and 55 kills. I think those are the ones fighting Mournguls then Depth Guard, and they got 55 kills. So that's pretty crazy. All these guys just cleaned up. I mean, the assassins just Look at that, 3 kills. Like, he ran in, killed 3 clan rats, and then just got totally murdered. Aranessa, she was on the run the entire time. The Mongol Haunter couldn't stay in the fight long enough. It just kept getting debuffed. The rival Hide Talisman hit him after the trophy heads. He was basically dead before he could fight, on even terms. So it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, this seems to be the way you do it. Just have a load of invisible stuff that can assassinate things. Yeah, just all the invisible stuff, and everything else, just make sure it can outrange your opponent. And then shields in the front. They're all cheap. And if there isn't, a load of guns focused on them, which to be honest there probably will be, because everything else is invisible or going to outrange the enemy, then yeah, who cares if they get to take the hit? But if any of them do make it to the front line, they can defeat anything like the zombie pirate deckhands, They can defeat these guys fine, because this stuff all sucks, frankly. So, they'll do okay with very little support. The odd Scorch from Skrulk, 68 kills. Yep, Scorch is good. You can get a lot of work done. But yeah, generally though, Skaven just suck in this matchup. A few cannons, compete with any warp lightning cannon. Just a huge variety of guns. You layer up a load of gunnery mobs and a load of handgun mobs. Get some deck droppers to fly around and hunt things down. It is super difficult. And all the terror. It is so difficult. And yeah, they have scurry away, so they run away, really quickly. So they don't take many casualties as they're running away. But because Vampire Coast, basically the entire roster has a gun, they're just going to get shot in the back as they're running. And so as soon as they do come back, they've lost so much on the retreat that, yeah, they'll just terrify away almost immediately once they get back into the fight. That tends to be how it goes. But Indypride definitely just went with a bit of a meme, knowing it was a tough matchup. But actually, I think this is the way to do it. I definitely think this is, a genuine good build. Although, like I said, I meant to bring the Gutter Runner Slingers, not the Gutter Runners. I just want outrange and poison, But yeah, I mean, look at this. 214 and 165 kills. See what I mean? Depth Guard. They can just cleave through anything cheap all day and so quickly and so effectively. But you get Death Runners on them and they just dissolve. These guys seem to be a hard counter and they're cheaper. Believe it or not, Death Runners are cheaper, and the Vampire Coast lose all their strengths, which is gun everything down. They don't have that, Although one strategy of his Noctilus, he could summon, he could overcast Ground Dead, so they had guns, and then just turn them to face, and that would actually really hurt. That would be a good way to do it. I think Noctilus is probably the way to go here, I think. He's got a lot of good utility. And he has Invocation of Heck as well, so you don't have to double up on heroes and lords and things. You just bring Noctilus instead of both of these guys. And if he's on the Necrofex Colossus, he can shoot any Warp Lightning Cannon himself, if Skaven dare bring that. I think one cannon is nice, though. I think one cannon might be useful, because even if it cannot shoot at artillery, it can just shoot at Skrulk. It can knock Skrulk over a few times. It can mess up that initial engagement quite heavily. So I think it's still worthwhile. But anyway, so yeah, brilliantly played to Indypride, even though he was memeing, and he was not expecting this, because every match, like I said, it's just been a whitewash. Skaven have just got crushed every time. So, we had a lot of fun, though. So yeah, kudos to Indypride. It's been a pleasure. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe for more fun Skaven meta, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.